What's up guys, it's VascoSharp here, and today I'm gonna give you 5 tips you need to know when you are starting playing Warzone. The tips that I am going to give you I found out a little bit too late. If I knew it before, I think I would probably start better with Warzone. Before the video starts, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe down below, because I put a lot of effort in my videos. And don't forget to drop a like and comment down below if you got any questions surrounding Warzone or Modern Warfare, or if the tips really helped you out. Without further ado, let's hop into the video. I know a lot of you already know these tips, but a lot of you beginners don't know this, so they are specific intended for beginners. My first tip is about downing a player. When you down a player and you don't finish him off and he's not in your sight anymore and you hear this sound, then you know you screwed up. No, but for real, when you hear the sound, that means that he got revived by his teammates or they end up self-reviving. So I'm gonna replay the sound effect. When you hear this sound, always be aware that the player that you just downed is back up. A lot of people already know this, but definitely beginners will not know this. I got this too when I just started playing Warzone. Every time when I heard that sound effect, I thought it was maybe a rare chest or something else. I didn't know what it was. Now you know that, and you are in a fight and you hear that sound, that means that the player got revived, so you know that you got one extra threat to worry about. Now for my second tip, I think one of my biggest tips that I can give you is that our perks are really necessary in Battle Royale. Because imagine you have the perk Ghost and a player calls in the UAV, they won't see you. But how will you get these perks? Simple, just buy a loadout drop, and after calling it in, you can pick a class setup that you already made in the pre-game lobby. So always make a few class setups before ever starting a game in Warzone. Because when you pick a class setup from a loadout, you will get the perks that come within it. Like how I always use the perk Ghost, so I'm invisible on the minimap. And another thing about this is, imagine you want to play with overkill. So you can play with 2 primary weapons, like for instance an SMG and a sniper. And you pick your loadout with overkills, so that means you have 2 primary weapons. That means you don't have Ghost, and Ghost is pretty valuable since everyone uses UAVs at all the time in Battle Royale. But when you buy another loadout or just pick one up when the loadout drops random on the map, you can pick a different class setup that has the perk Ghost on it. So when you select that class setup, the guns you got from your previous loadout will just drop on the ground, so you can pick them back up, and now you have your 2 perfect primary weapons while also using the other perks, so that means not overkill. So for instance the perk Ghost. But always remember this, you will not carry over the perks from your first loadout, they will be replaced by your second loadout. So it's not like you can stack up a bunch of different perks. Now for the third tip, we are gonna go through the contracts that are on the map. The one with the target, that's the bounty contract. That means you gotta kill a specific player for that contract. So if you pick it up, you gotta kill a specific player and it will show on the map. But if you kill him, you will get an amount of cash. Then you got one that looks like a flag, and this is a reckon contract. And what it does is that you need to capture an area, and after that it will give you some loot and it will show you where the next circle is gonna be. The contract with the glass is a scavenger contract. When you pick this up, you will need to open 3 specific loot boxes that are shown on the minimap. After you open the 3rd loot box, you always will be given an amount of money and a gas mask. Now for my 4th tip, always be aware when you see a flare in the sky that's in the color red or yellow, because that means that the enemy player is there. When the flare is yellow, there's an enemy player doing a reckon contract, because when you capture a reckon area, the flare will be fired into the air and will be seen in the sky. This flare stays during the time the area is being captured. When you see a red flare in the sky, that means an enemy player just bought his teammate back, so you will only see this at buying stations. And for the last big tip that I can give beginners and even players that are playing the game longer, because a lot of people don't know this, is how to stack up your shield. Like for instance, I play on the PS4, and for me it's the button triangle to put on a shield. I just need to hold it a few seconds and let go, and I got a 1 extra shield bar. And then do another till I have 3 bars of shield again. This takes time. I didn't knew this at first too. It took a while, but if you just keep pressing triangle, it will automatically put on 3 armor plates, so you don't have to wait every time between it. That's it for this video. I hope I helped you out. If I did, just give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you got any questions. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in my next video.